It's her parents. And by the way, both parents. Something the people in the Western society don't understand because they don't have both parents. Either they're not married anymore or they never were in the first place. You want to call the kettle black? I got some news for you. You're going, whoa. You're the one bringing the nasty question. You want to straighten it out? We'll straighten it out. Next. She said they called her in and talked to her about that when she's old enough, that the Prophet ﷺ is making an offer and that Father Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu is offering marriage to him of his daughter. But Allah said in the Quran that nobody can force the girls to get married against their will. Surah An-Nisa. Yes or no? Therefore, she's not old enough. She couldn't make the decision. She went back outside and continued playing with her dolls. Yes or no? And that it was a couple of years later, when she was old enough to have children, that he came back and they talked about it again, and the father went and made the arrangement with the Prophet ﷺ, and then they went to her and asked her, and she agreed. Yes or no? She was an old enough girl to have babies, and her parents were contracting the marriage. Yes or no? In the state of Louisiana, you can do it today with a 12-year-old girl, no problem, if her parents sign a consent form. Yes or no? And what is your point? And did they run out and have sex right away? No, because we have some more hadith right here by the same an Ayesha radiallahu anhu. You want to take one? Do you take everything she says or none or some? Which one? Because if you're going to introduce, this is slander, baby. Then you take that in a court of law. I'll be the judge. Come on, bring it. This witness right now. Witness, you accept this witness on saying this? Do you accept everything she says? Yes or no? If you say no, she's a hostile witness. We don't take it. Are you going to take everything she said? Yes or no? Because either she's a credible witness or she's not. I just want you to tell me, are you going to take everything she says? Yes or no? If he says no, then it's the moot point. Then don't bring any of it. If he says yes, then good, I'm glad. Let's take all of it. Because one of the things she said was, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Does that mean you're going to accept that too? He said, what does that mean? It means that when I'm done with the answer to this question, you're going to be at the fork in the road in your life. You're going to have to make a decision. Are you prepared for that? Because you're going to rethink your entire life structure based on this question that you just asked. Because when it's over, you will have to rethink your position. And if you find out that there's something wrong with your thinking, something wrong with the way that you're bringing questions and attacking someone who turns out to be somebody great, then what will you say? What will you do? Are you prepared to rethink your position? Are you prepared to worship God without any partners? Yes or no? And they're going, whoa, man, what are you talking about? No, I just want to know. You want the answer to the question? Because I'm going to give you the answer. But I'm just asking you, are you prepared for the answer? Yeah, sure, go ahead. I hope he says yes. By the way, many of them have made shahada afterwards. One of them came to us with a harsh question when we were over in London, Ontario. He asked the question, why do you worship a black box in the desert? We give the answer right there, just like you're sitting here. He was right there beside me. He stood up and made shahada. It's recorded. We had another one. I was also in London, Ontario, but the night before I left, last time. He stood up and made his shahada while we were broadcasting online. What I'm telling you is, when people see the truth, they're the ones going to have a problem, not you. Why would you be shy to tell people about Islam? Why are you shy? Because you don't know what's Islam, that's why. You don't understand what it's there for. You didn't understand that 4 wives was for the women. You didn't understand that this was to show the marriage to the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam for any of his wives is to show examples of what's the halal and haram in marriage. And one of them is you couldn't get married to a girl until she's old enough to make the decision. And the parents can't decide for her. It has to be her free will. And then, and this is the next hadith, that she said that when they got married, that he began very what? Gentle and kind, and they had fun together and ran and played together before there was any sex. Hello, how about that? That they used to run and she used to beat him in a race, but when she got older she was heavy and she couldn't beat him in the last days when they were married together. Then what happened? He used to beat her. Is that true or false? And she used to like to tease him and do stuff. Like making him stand a long time in the doorway so she could peek over and watch guys playing in the masjid when she didn't really care about that. She just wanted to see how long he'd stay there. And how about the time when she and Hafsa and some of the others got together and decided, hey, you know what? Zainab, I think, had the honey, right? And the Prophet ﷺ would go get the honey from her and said, let's tell him that it makes his breath smell bad. And that way he won't do it, and then he'll come with us more time. Just, fooling around, foolishness that women like to do. And guess what? The Prophet ﷺ got real serious and he thought, well, if my breath smells bad, it's haram. He made honey haram. And then all of a sudden Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed Surah At-Tahrim. Yes or no? Oh, my Prophet. Look out. And he told him, you don't make halal and haram around here. Yeah. Allah is threatening even the Prophet ﷺ on this subject. So that's for us too. Don't make halal and haram. Many things came with Ayesha radiallahu anha. Wonderful things. Tayammum came from her. The gossip that was spread around, that was cleared up in Surah An-Nur to defend her by Allah, came from Ayesha radiallahu anha. Tell them, let them see the beauty of the marriage of Islam. I'm not going to give you the whole answer on this one. I'm going to go to the end of it. The end of it, after I've told them all the things that she said. Are you going to take what she said because she's the one that told us when they got married? Are you going to take it, yes or no? She said this. Do you agree with that? Do you agree with that? Do you agree with this? He's going, yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And at the very end, I have the biggest one for you. Let's take all of these hadiths from her and take her name and Muhammad's name off of the hadith, and let's remove any identification of the time period, and let's go to any social worker that you know. Let's go to any psychologist, counselor, or psychiatrist, or doctor, or sex maniac crudhead on Oprah Winfrey or Jerry Springer, and ask them, what do they say about this? And they're going to say, you wish you had a life mate like that. And then what will you do? You wish you had that relationship.